So that's one way with this stencil, and I love this acetate with the Hixxy sparkles. But we are now going to look at this card, that one, which uses the same die within a couple. Sorry. It's the cutter that's on the floor and I just keep bashing the chair into it. Okay, right, so we're going to be using some Icy Snow paste. This is the one that I used. I've just kept it so I've got an idea of the colour I want. We are going to be using this coneflower die. And we are going to be using this gorgeous periwinkle. I think it's periwinkle. Is it periwinkle? Card. So that's going to make our base card in a moment. And I'm going to move the rest over to the side for a moment. Right. So our first job, let's make the base card, and then that's done and out of the way, and I can put it to one side. So sometimes, I have a lot of white blank cards in my stash, which probably a lot of you do, but I don't always want a white one. So in the same way that I made the base card for the previous card, purely because I wanted to cut into it, I'm going to make it the same way because I want it out this lovely Foundations Ivory. So. Okay, right, that's what I'm looking for. So found that. So it's going to be a 7x7 card again. I'm just going to check because I'm doubting everything I'm doing now. 7x7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this at 7 inches. And then I am going to fold that over, and I'm going to piece that down. And then what I do is put glue on this part. The glue is being a pain. Just now, it wouldn't stop coming out. And now it's like, no. Yeah. And clear it. Yeah, there we go. Just need a gentle prod. So I am putting some glue on there. And then I just lie this on, line it up, close it. I do it that way so that when you open the card, you've still got a lovely flat bit, and then the sort of the overlap bit is on the back where it doesn't really matter. So, look. Oh. It's all or nothing with this glue. All or nothing. Right. Just rub my hands. Okay, so we're going to pop that through the trimmer and just trim off that excess. So that's our base card made, and we're going to put that to one side. The next thing we need to do is to make our stencil. So I am going to get a piece of just white stamping card, and I'm just going to put this kind of here, and I'm going to chop a little bit off, but I want to leave quite a nice size border around it so that we don't end up putting paste over other things. Okay, so I'm just going to put those to the side for the moment. Right, so just check that I cleaned this out properly a little bit. So I'm just going to pop this a little bit out here, but everything else came out fine. So we're just going to stick this in that. Now, if you have, I think it's called mylar, it's like a plastic, and your machine gives you enough pressure, in theory, you can actually create stencils that are usable more than once. But this way, this morning before we come live on Facebook, Dean and I spent some time recording some other things. So I recorded a video this morning of a canvas which actually uses the residue of the stencil. And once we've stenciled through, I'll show you exactly what I mean. But that will be, I think, on the website, so probably Monday, Tuesday. But because it almost seems like you're wasting a piece of card here, but actually you're not, because it gets used. It can be used in other ways. So let's check through. Looks pretty good to me. It's all cut. Let's take that off. Yep. Let's just get rid of all the bits off my plate. Oh, there we go. All of those bits off my plate. There. And those there. Right. So let's remove the tape. There we go. Okay. Right, so all just coming out off very quickly. Already out. So right. And we don't need that now, so we're going to put that to one side. And I am just going to turn that over and just run the brush over the back, which usually gets rid of most of the rest of the bits. A couple of those little tiny dots that aren't coming out. Let's pop those through. So where was that? There was one there. And there is one there. And I think we've got everything out. Right, okay, let's get rid of all this rubbish. And what we're going to do now is we're going to use this as a stencil. So I have got a piece of the ivory, and it's bigger than what I want. If you look, it's way bigger than what I want. So it doesn't really matter how this goes down. But what you do need to do is to make sure that this isn't going to move. So I'm going to stick it up here and here. I'm going to stick it on the 4 edges. Now you can see from the pressure of the machine, it's a little bit buckly. So I am just going to take some small bits. The reason I don't want huge bits is because I want this, as far as possible, to be covered with the paste, because I want to be able to use it. So there'll be little bits that won't be, but as far as I can. It's just making sure that we've got a lot of contact with the card. There's little bits down here. Go. And down here. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, I'm just going to check if this is that's still wet. So what I might do is I might actually add to it rather than creating a new, because I know that's pretty much the colour I want. So I'm going to use Icy Snow paste, and I'm going to use the Royal & Langnickel Dark Ultramarine acrylic pastes. So I'm going to get a spatula, and I am going to take some of this out here, put it in here. You do need a reasonable amount to be able to cover it, and then you need just a little bit of blue. You can always add more, he says. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. So you can see I've not a bad match to what I had before. And if I run out, then I've still got that colour in there to know, you know, am I getting it roughly the same? So this icy white paste is got a bit of grit in it, which is quite nice. It gives it a little bit of texture. Oh, it's falling off. So just put the lid on this for the moment. So what I want to do is, now it doesn't matter whether you get much on here. Yes, it does. What am I doing? Oh,
could you mask it off?
Yeah, that's what I should have done. Yeah, I should have left that bit in, shouldn't I? And I tell you, there's that's why where right. Pretend the last 5 minutes didn't really happen. Yeah, so literally what I need to do is I need to take this tape off. I am sorry, I am having a little bit of a brain melt this afternoon. I think it's Facebook problem rubbing off on me. But yeah. Luckily Dean's here. It reminds me of what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. Because this stays in like that. Okay, which I still do want to tape a few little bits. As you can see, there's a few little bits, and that holds it in. Then it masks it off. Ugh. I feel like I need a brain reset. I don't know about Facebook needing to be reset. I think I need a brain reset. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Joys of life. Joys of just sitting here wittering to myself, really, but not to worry. Right. Right, okay, off we go. So we are going to put this paste over the top. And you're supposed to just go one way. I just keep going, put it over, and I'm happy. And although I want a reasonably crisp image, I'm not too bothered. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not really not that bothered if it's a little bit smudgy. I think I've made plenty of paste today. At least I've done one thing right. Kind of one of those angry. Okay. Right. Taking off any excess. Okay, right. So that back in. Now I've got some for another day. And it keeps really well in these little pots. Okay, I am going to put my spatula in so that it doesn't dry out. Okay. Now, I'm going to lift this up. And there we go. I have got a little bit squidged here. But the way things are going this afternoon, we'll go with that. And to be honest with you, we're not going to use this one. I've done one because this needs to dry. So, moral of the story. Think about what you're doing before you start. And then if you go slowly, then you'll know what, it'll go right. Now, before we move on, this is the bit that you need to keep. Just get rid of that. This stencil, you keep this stencil, and then have a look next week when Dean uploads the video we did this morning of I did a canvas with some period rice papers, and I used bits of this, so this is not going to be wasted. This probably just rubbed that around my face, haven't I? No, that's good. So this, don't get rid of it. Thankfully, the one I did earlier. That looks better, doesn't it? Okay, so the other thing I did do, and looking at it now, I did put a little bit of the Pixie Sparkles, the frozen pearl over it, just to give it a little bit of a shimmer. So we have our base here. So I'm going to put that now to the side. This frame, I'm going to cut in exactly the same way that I did on the previous card. So I have cut a 6x6 square, and providing I can find it, I am. Oh. It'll be here. It'll be here. It's okay, Dean. Stay. Stay your seat. Stay your seat. It'll be here. It'll be here. I'm convincing myself more than I'm. Ah, there you go. Found it. Look, there we go. That's what I need. There we go. So I'm going to stick that on there. We'll use these same bits of tape. And one there. Oh, hopefully, ladies out there and gents, you'll understand that we all have these days in crafting. And today is one of them. Today is one of them. It was all going well. I'd say it was all going so well this morning on the videos. We did about five restarts between us, but we got there. Right, so I am now going to cut this little frame. Okay, so we'll cut the frame. We will cut this down to stick under the frame, and then we'll have a look at how to make these flowers that look gorgeous. And that's the cone flower die from Elizabeth Craft. So there is our there. I don't think I need that again, so we'll put that there. We'll put this here. Right, so I have. Now, what I did do on this one, I don't know if you can just see it, I did also emboss a little line. I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to add any more elements of danger. We'll go with this, I think. And I'm going to cut it there, and I'm going to cut it there, and I'm going to cut it there, there, and there, and there. Let's hope that unlike the acetate, I don't move my marks. Right, we're going to go for it. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Right, that's one cut. Another. There's one. Oh, no, there's not one. One. And then. Right, okay, so we are going to stick our. Oh, let's stick that on now while we can. While I'm still functioning. Before I have a complete meltdown. Oh, this glue. It's not the glue's fault, really. It's mine. It's just I'm so messy that things are gunking up and clogging up. Right. Okay. There we go. So we now have our border. Yay! One bit done. Right. Okay. So now we need to look at the flowers. So I'm really sorry. My hands are so gunky. The cone flower dies. These what we get. We get the die, one piece die that cuts 3 of them out. And I used on each one, I used the 3. And then there is this massive thing for the stamen, which we create this with. And then there are a couple of leaves. So we are going to cut some flowers out of that, and some Well, we can use that actually. That will work for that rather than wasting that big bit. Oh, will that work for that? No, not quite. Let's put that to one side for the moment. Right, so we're going to cut. What a surprise. Oh no, it will. It will fit. It will fit. Okie dokie. There we go. Stick that down. And that down. So one pass through the machine with both the dies will create one flower as I have made it. As ever, it's my interpretation of the flower. You do not have to create the flowers as they are particularly shown. If you want to adapt, you could just layer these. It's really, really a matter of choice. So, the flowers on, the stamen and the leaves, plastic, magnet, clear plate. Oh. Right. We're all right. We're doing all right. Please, if I think some of my talking has been a bit muddled because my brain's just seems to have gone into a bit of a fog. So if anything I've said isn't clear, please do ask questions, and I will try to clarify. Okay, so we have that one's already popped out, so that's the stamen. We have 2 leaves. There we go. 1, 2. Put that to the side, and then we have. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3 of the flowers. So I'm going to get my little flower forming mat out, and I have my ball tool here. So with these, have I got a small ball tool? No, that's the smallest. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the flowers, I'm going to turn them face down. And then I'm just going to draw the ball tool along each petal. And that curls them inwards. And then in a moment, we're going to turn them over and then we're going to push down in the centre to make them fold in that way. So that's the 3 petals. So we turn them over and then we roll the ball tool in there. So the petals themselves go that way, but the flower goes inwards. Fairly straightforward. And then we just layer them. Okay, so glue, my nemesis. Will it or won't it? Let's take them off of there because if it doesn't, it glugs. It'll be all over my mat. Right. Oh, please pray to the glue gods for me, because this glue is not liking me today at all. There we go. Yes, and look, and then it goes. And there again. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, so into this sea of glue, I'm going to put those. Okay, I'm just going to leave those for the moment. And then I'm going to take my very, 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 very long stamen and glue. I'm going to run the ball tool all the way down that edge, and that starts to curl it. And I want the smaller bit on the outside, so I am going to roll it that way. A little bit tighter probably would have been good. Yeah, but you get the idea. I can squish it. And I've already put a little bit of glue there, so I'm just going to stick that in. Now, that's one that will need to dry. We're going to just put some shaping on the leaf. possibly. Oh, yes, here we go. So I have a very, very, very fine point fine point ball tool. Somebody give me back my brain. Goodness. And I'm just literally going to run it down the center. And then I'm just going to, and I'm doing this on the back so that when we turn over, we have, a leaf, which is covered in glue from my fingers. We are going to make this card. We are going to make this card and it will be fabulous. There we go. Right. Okay, now I'm going to go into my little magic pot. Okay, so here we go. I have already made 2 flowers. And this one, we might just have to go with it as it is and faff with it later. So this gets glued onto our card. You can see my cutting was awful, but it's hidden. It's hidden behind. Am I going to go that way? I'm going to go that way. That way? Yes, we'll go that way. There we go. See, look, this glue. I've got little bubbles of glue. Let's just say this isn't my best, but it's fine. It's showing you what to do. So, okay, my kind of signature bow. I like my bows for ladies' cards. So I've got my bow, which I'm going to put on with a bit of glue gel. There. There's my glue gel. And then, okay, just bear with me. I'm going to see if I can switch this. That's not bad, not bad. Right, so we'll put, glue. We're going to put that one there. That one there. That one there. And we'll put the other two around here. So we've got this one here and this one here. Group together over. There we go. That's better. And then I'm not going to use those leaves because I managed to get glue all over them. We'll use some of these ones that I had done already. We're just going to put a little bit of glue gel on and tuck them in to add a little bit more there. We'll go with one under here. Go. We'll go with one up here and one poking out the middle. We'll go with that one. Right, so the last thing to do is we are going to do our friends' little sentiment. This is why I leave the lid off and then it drips and then it stops. So put that to one side and we're going to find our friend's sentiment. Sentiment. That is the background. So we need to find our little bits of card that we've got left. That one for that. I've got a little bit of the cream for this for our friends. Okay. Bit extravagant, but I think as long as it's done, I am going to clean that glue up. I will have a proper reset before the next one because I'm going to be using different stuff, so I can have a proper go. Right, so we need our cutting plate, we need our dies, we need our plastic sheet magnet, and our clear plate. We're on the final hurdle. We are nearly there. Right, we're going to grab my... So we have a the background. We have the sentiment. Let's get that popped out. Get rid of all the tape holding it in. And then that out. There we go. And move that to the side. And we need to put this on to here. So tweezers. We need glue. Ooh. I'm not even gonna think, is it going to or not? Yes, it is. Phew. Oh, nice big blob. Let's put that on that card. Massive blob. Okay, I am also going to blot that on that piece of card before I stick it onto here. And then put the lid on this. And then, might just have enough glue gel left in here. Take that away. Just. Right. There we go. Despite everything, not too dissimilar, is it? So, yeah. So that is 2 different ways to use that botanical frame die. So if you've got cut-in dies, or even if they're ones that cut out big dies like that, you can make them into stencils, and you can ink through them, you can put acrylic through them, or like me, you can put paste through them. But do keep hold of the stencil, and you'll be able to use it on other projects.